In today's episode, we have returning guest, Miss Nieden of Evergreen Elementary School. She will be speaking with us with two of her students, and they will be explaining to us why they are collecting pull tabs and the amazing cause it is going towards. Well, we are so happy to have you visiting with us today. Miss Nieden, we spoke last March, but please, before we begin, can you introduce us to the two lovely guests you have with you today?
This is my student, Evelyn, and this is my other student, James, and they have agreed to help me out in this interview.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, welcome, Evelyn, and welcome, James. I'm going to need your input today. So first and foremost, Miss Nieden, we spoke, it was last March. It was in March of 2022, which was a while ago. Mm-hmm. And at that time, you told us about the tabs. We're going to go through all that today, but you had told us about the tabs. And at that time, you had 131,000 tabs collected. I was blown away because you had just started that school year. So where are you at this point in time?
Well, the students that I had last year who are in grade 6 now, they finished off the year in June with 357,000 tabs. Yeah. So the students started counting again right away in September, the new grade 5 students who had been trained by last year's students. So they had come into our class while they were in grade 4 and had a session with my former grade 5 students on how to do the counting. So they already knew what they were doing, which was great. And right now we are at 458,000.
458,000? Yes, that's amazing.
500,000. We are really
500,000. And remind us, what's the goal again? How many do we want in total?
Evelyn, what's our math goal?
Well, our math goal is to see what 1 million looks like.
To see what 1 million looks like. Wow. And all the ones you've seen this year, is that more or less than what you thought it would look like, Evelyn?
Well, honestly, I thought it would be a little bit less, but actually, there's way more than I thought.
It's not that big, just a glob of just tabs and seeing them all lined up. I don't know what it's gonna look like if they're all together. Giant glob.
Yeah.
Well, that's my question to you. So do you keep them in a closet somewhere? What do you do with these?
Why don't you show one of the bundles, James? So
this is a bundle.
Show the little one.
This is this one.
That's our 458,000 bundle.
Oh,
and Evelyn is holding a bundle of 100. So when the kids count groups of 100, we bundle it together into a group of 1,000.
And then we hang them up in the hallway.
Yeah, they're hung up in the hallway all throughout the school. So right now,
we started
by the end of last year, we'd managed to do a circuit of the entire school. And now we're about a third of the way around the school again.
Yeah, we're going over the 1,000s. We're still in the 10,000s. We're going over the 10,000s.
That's amazing. And how do the other students feel when they see all this in the hallway? Like when they go,
they feel encouraged to bring more. If we don't reach the goal now to next year, maybe.
Well, for sure, then next year's group will get it. Because you guys are fast.
You might make it, 800,000. No,
they're very speedy this year, I have to say.
Might make it 700,000.
From September to now, we've gone from 357,000 to 458,000. So they've managed to count over 100,000 from September to the beginning of December. So that's pretty impressive at how quickly they're counting. So they're going to get really close by the end of the year, I'm pretty sure.
I think next year they might go fast because I do have a friend in grade 4 that counts very fast. So
well, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, when students see the bundles in the hallway, sometimes they're impressed of how we do it and how much there is.
I have no doubt.
Everybody gets to see them, right? It's all over the school. So kindergarten kids get to see them, the junior kids in grades 1 through 4, the senior hall, they're everywhere. It's a school-wide project now.
Even the K4s.
Yeah, or we have a preschool class now. So they get to see it too.
And if you can remind the listeners and the viewers, because some people listen to this podcast in their car, some people watch it from their computer. So if you can tell us again what the purpose is behind it. So yes, you want 1 million, and yes, it must be so much fun to do something school-wide like this. But what's the bigger goal here?
So this project started last year when we were counting out groups of 1,000 for a smaller project. And one of the kids thought that all of our projects together made 1 million. And I said, no, we're not anywhere near 1 million. And then another kid wanted to know, well, what does 1 million look like? And we all got to talking about it. And I said, okay, let's find out. And by the beginning of November, we had started collecting tabs and started this project. So part of this goal mathematically is to have a concept of big numbers and to understand how big a number 1 million is, because for a lot of kids, they've never seen more than 1,000 items at a time. So already 1,000 looks like a lot, but it's very small compared to 1 million. So to understand what 1 million is made of and how long it takes to collect 1 million and what that looks like when it's all together. But then we also have a social goal. We're not just doing this for math. What is our social goal, Evelyn?
Well, actually, our social goal is to support the Ronald McDonald House of Montreal.
Okay, what is that? What do they do?
Well, they support sick kids and their families who need medication treatment in Montreal.
Yeah, so they come from out of town because their kids require medical treatment of some sort, surgery or like cancer treatment or whatever it is that the child requires, and they have to leave their own home to travel to Montreal. So the Ronald McDonald House supports those families, gives them a place to stay, gives them services, gives them support so that they can be close to their child during the treatment. Pardon me?
The Ronald McDonald House is near a hospital.
Yeah, the
So
St. Hospital.
they allow families to live near the hospital. It means they don't have to go far. It means if any of them get sick, the hospital's nearby or they can get medication there.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're for.
Wow. So obviously what the Ronald McDonald House does is so important because those families are going through so much to begin with. So everything that we can do to support the Ronald McDonald House, I mean, that's amazing. And what you're doing is going to make such a huge difference for them. So congratulations to the entire class. And I would have to say the entire school and the entire community for getting involved like this. That's amazing. Yeah, please go ahead.
It's because for some odd reason in their website, it says you can donate 1 million tabs. Just donate tabs. Can tabs. And if we donate 1 million, might help a lot more than just donating like 1,000 or just 100.
Think of the difference, yeah, you could make with that. And so pull tabs, what kind of pull tabs can we collect again for you?
Hold up the paper. Okay. So this is a sample. Hold it close to the camera.
Yes.
We have. You can read the top. You can read the bottom.
So we collect drink cans, soup cans, and fruit cans,
Pet food cans, vegetable cans, and non-food cans.
So basically cans that have a metal pull tab in order to open it. So we're not really picky about the type of tab because it just has to be metal. And then when we donate them, the Ronald McDonald House will basically take them to be recycled and sells that metal. And that money is what they use to support the program.
Or melt it into
They get it for the, yeah.
That's amazing. So how can we help you with this? How can we help you achieve your goal?
So we really need people to send us tabs. We have been collecting from Saint Lazare and around this school area last year. And we kind of reached a point where I guess the donations slowed down because we tapped them out. So we started expanding and collecting from other neighborhoods. And through our podcast from last year, we were able to collect from schools in other parts of the province, like in Chicoutimi or in Quebec City. And we had a school from Gatineau who sent us tabs. So the more tabs, the better, because as we're discovering, 1 million is a really big number. And the more tabs we get, the easier it is to reach that goal. So we'll provide you with the address of our school. So if you have any and you'd like to send some to us, that would be great.
What are some of the things maybe that have been challenging or have surprised you in all of this?
So one of the things that has been surprising would be the stuff that we find when people donate tabs to us.
Okay.
A lot of times people just like have a bucket or here, Evelyn, why don't you go grab one of the buckets? So you can see how we get tabs. We get them in plastic bags. We get them in bigger bottles. We get them in boxes, collect them and throw them into stuff. And sometimes some weird things get in there. Like we found batteries. We found medication, pills. Not such a great thing, but my kids have been very responsible. We get like ice cream tubs full of tabs that they send to us. We found money. So we have a little envelope just of spare change that we found that we're also going to donate. Pieces of screws, nails, pieces of jewelry. Pieces of the can itself. It's like they took the tab off and like half the top of the can.
It's making belly better.
We found a keychain. Someone found a little mini light bulb. Like that's surprising.
And maybe next year, if we finish this, we can look back at the website and see if we can
help again in a different way.
Yeah, maybe do something.
Find a new way to help. That's amazing.
We'll just make 2 million. I don't know. We can do it one more time. It's 2 million.
So it's been going well. We've been getting tabs, which has been great. We're just looking for time to count. I mean, this year, as I had mentioned before, we've had a lot of kids who have been ill. I guess now that we're not wearing masks and sanitizing all the time, like all those bugs that were floating around have said, woohoo, free for all, and they're coming at us. So we're getting a lot of kids absent. That's made it a little hard to count. Even if we're not as many kids, we're still enjoying the counting. So they're still doing a great job, which has been great. And we also get the other kids to join in. So I have 2 grade 5 classes.
Okay.
And each grade 5 class gets multiple opportunities throughout the week to count tabs. And then every once in a while we have a combined class in our school of 5s and 6s, and those 5s will come in and join us every once in a while and help us count as well. And maybe later on in the year, when I have more time, I'll be able to have recesses where kids who are interested in other classes can come in and count.
Evelyn, if you could share with us some final words.
Well, actually, collecting tabs is really fun. It's a nice experience and also we want to see what 1 million looks like, which is like a really huge number.
Congratulations, and please keep us posted on how this is going. Let's speak again later this year to see where we're at.
That would be great.
We're going to keep sending it to you. So please, if anybody does want to share, if you're part of Lester B. Pearson School Board, you can send them through the inter-school mail. And otherwise, you can mail them directly to the school at this address here. So thank you so much and all the best to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.